So our next interviewee in our build-up to Hartpury for the LeMieux National Grand Prix Championships is Keith Robertson. Keith, great to have you here. I'm sorry to sort of hope I haven't dragged you away from the yard or anything.
No problem.
You're amongst that sort of quite strong entry for Hartpury with your lovely horse, Boheme Af Sulstead. I knew I'd get that wrong.
Everybody does.
It's much easier. So we'll call him Bo from now on, because I believe that's what you call him. So that's a bit easier. Tell us a little about your journey with Bo, sort of obviously when you got him and sort of getting up to Grand Prix and that side of things.
Yes, I was very lucky. I had an owner that was looking to place a horse with us, and I was training with Emil, still am, and he had a couple of horses in for sale. And so we journeyed up just to see whether either of them would fit. Thankfully, this one did, obviously. So the owner bought him for us to produce, and he was 4 at the time. And she kept him with us for 4 years, and then she wanted to sell him, and he had proven that he was going to be a very, very good horse. So we did everything we could. We begged, we stole, we borrowed, and we bought him as an 8-year-old, and he's been a fantastic horse his entire career. So he's now 16, and he's such a big horse. It took him a long time to get sort of strong enough and develop the muscle enough that he could do the work. So we took it really slowly. I think he did his first Grand Prix about 11, and he's just been one of the most consistent horses I've ever had. He's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, I think he's one of those horses that you sort of see on the entry list sort of at a number of shows, and I mean he's so big and imposing that you sort of create the most amazing picture together. So it'll be great to have you at Hartpury. What's your, I keep asking everyone this, and it's a bit of a sort of question, but what's your season been like? Obviously, some people have sort of welcomed the time at home and sort of less shows to sort of bring other horses on and things, but how's 2020 been for you?
I'd say probably the same. It's been really nice. We've been able to focus on the other horses. I have been exceptionally busy. We've got 22 horses sort of livery yard, and so obviously that doesn't stop. That's carried on. It's been really sad not to be able to do more shows, but again, it's been a real luxury. I've been able to spend time with clients and really push their horses on as well, and sort of bring up some of the youngsters. And we actually got a single day off that we managed to go and see our foal that was born this year, so that was really nice. But it's been particularly busy, I've got to be honest. We've not really seen a tail off. Obviously it's not really an industry where it does, but yeah, we've been very busy.
Yeah, sadly we can't furlough our horses. They keep
no, it
going.
doesn't work, does it?
And what are your thoughts about Hartpury? Obviously, sort of not long to go. Is sort of Bo in really good form, ready to get there? And
he is, yeah. I mean, he's, as I say, 16 now, so it's been a real luxury this year. He hasn't had to do a whole host of shows. He's done 2 internationals. That's Kiso, and this will be his third show for the year. So it was lovely. I was delighted that it obviously is able to go ahead. It would have been a shame that he hadn't had the opportunity to do something else before the end of the year, but it's been a real lovely luxury. He knows all the work. I'm not sort of trying to teach him new things, so he's loving the fact that he's actually not working particularly hard. He maybe does 2 or 3 days a week in the school, and he's loving it. Yeah, he comes out every January. I come out and going, oh, is this the year? And he comes out fitter and stronger every January. So it's a real luxury that I've got a horse that, touch wood, he's never had any issues, and he comes out loving his work more every year. So it's really nice.
Great. Right, well, let's get ourselves in the mood for Hartpury a little bit more with some of our sort of cheesy Christmas questions, just for a bit of fun, really. Quick questions, quick answers if you can. Most people I've ended up chatting with halfway through, but that's just me, I'm afraid. But we'll see if we can make it to the end. Right, take a drink. He's ready to go, ready to fly. Okay, first question. Mince pies, short crust or flaky pastry?
Oh, God, short.
Christmas tree lights, white or coloured?
White, definitely.
Turkey meat, brown or white?
Neither, I'm vegetarian.
I like a good vegetarian. So what do you have on Christmas Day then?
We tend to have vegetarian sausages and then everything else the same. So roast potatoes, peas, Yorkshire puddings, all the trimmings, just none of the meat.
Okay. Be honest, do you like giving gifts better or receiving them?
Oh, I like both. I love giving gifts because you get, especially for our little one, Ethan, he's 12. So it's lovely to get to see that. I'm not allowed to give my wife gifts because she always takes them back. So that's really frustrating. But yeah, it's lovely to receive them. Of course it is. It's great.
You're at a party. wife permitting, mistletoe, do you make a beeline for it or avoid it like the plague?
No, I'm a real shy one. I avoid it like the plague.
Okay. Christmas Day, do you have lunch or do you have dinner at night time?
Depends very much on how the yard is going, and how, we tend to start really early. We'll go out sort of 5 or 5:30 and blitz the yard very early. The girls tend to have Christmas Day off, so depends on the plans. We tend to alternate either, some years lunch, some years dinner.
Okay, and that kind of leads on to the next one. If you give all the girls the day off, do you muck out on Christmas Day?
Absolutely, every year for about the last 20 plus.
That's a good boss. Your favorite Christmas song or hymn?
Oh gosh. Don't know. I'm gonna have to pass. I can
No,
see
pass.
nothing comes to mind. No.
Christmas pudding. Do you have brandy sauce or rum butter?
Neither. I cannot stand Christmas pudding.
I'm with you on that one. Christmas films. Elf or Miracle on 34th Street?
Oh, see, my wife would say Elf. I would go Miracle on 34th Street.
No, softy at heart. What's your go-to Boxing Day meal?
Anything that we can eat really quickly, because again, we're doing the yard on our own.
Complete this sentence. It wouldn't be Christmas without
Horses.
Is it acceptable to eat Quality Street for breakfast in December?
Every single day, without fail.
And on the subject of chocolate, heroes or celebrations?
Oh, changes yearly, but I'd say at the moment heroes. That's a good shout.
And what have you asked Santa for this year?
A day off would be really nice. Top of the list.
That's an impossible task for you.
Oh yeah, quite. Yeah.
The Queen's speech, essential viewing or time for a snooze?
The way the yard works, I'm afraid definitely time for a little snooze.
Okay. Favorite Christmas, God, get my words out. Favorite family Christmas tradition? Either from when you were a kid or something you do now?
I'd say probably from when we were kids. It was Christmas Eve was the first night we were allowed one of the chocolates out of either the Roses or the Quality Street. Yeah, that was the first day it was allowed to be opened. Okay.
And Christmas shopping, are you all done and dusted by December the 1st, or is it a bit of a Christmas Eve panic?
My wife is very good. She's normally done about 3 months early. Anything I need to do, probably last minute.
Okay. And then the final question, will you be making a New Year's resolution, and what's the chances of you sticking to it?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of New Year's resolutions. I always have things that I want to try and do or aim to do. So things I set like that, I wouldn't say they were New Year's resolutions, but yeah, I tend to pretty much stick to what I set out.
Okay, very dressage. We're all very planning and precise.
Yeah.
Well, Keith, that's great. It's been really lovely to catch up with you, learn a little bit more about Bo, and that sort of, we just wish you the best of luck for Hartbury.
Thank you.
And really look forward to seeing you there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.